Are you in a stressful job? And do you think that adding a little bit of fun to your life would change everything for you?
I am Samgeeta. I am a significance coach and I help mid career professionals to rise up to their potentials and craft breakthrough pathways towards significance.
Today morning I started and he was kind of flabbergasted, you can say, very worried that his deadline has been preponed. It was anyway difficult at 7 months' time. Now it has been reduced to 2 months. From 7 months to 2 months. He was so angry. How can somebody even think of reducing it to that? But the reason that was given was political, and obviously the company sees the external factors to be very worrisome, and that is why they have decided to prepone this thing. But practically, was it possible? Not possible? What was that? But again, was there a way out? Can he think of something else? Actually, I asked him to focus on the person who told him so. He said it is that particular department which said that it has to be done immediately. Now I said somebody must have told you, no, that it should be done within 2 months, in a short time. He said yes. Why can't you focus on that person? That guy seems to have a solution which can be done in 2 months of time. So, should you not explore what kind of timeline he is talking about and how is it possible? My client was so angry, he couldn't see what I was saying. So, what could I have done? Actually, I also got angry, but I couldn't have told him to no chose otherwise. It was something of his very serious matter, and I was asking him to be very light hearted, and it was not possible. Of course it is not possible, but what can one do being frustrated, angry? Can we not do something which will reduce the frustration, bring lightness to the environment, and help him to choose a solution? Of course, it might not have been possible for delivering it in 2 months, but what was the way out? Then not delivering in 2 months, right? So the higher one rises, the deeper one goes, the more the doubt. So here the challenge was, of course, worrisome, but the self doubt also was proportional, and the mind is not allowing the person to see that there is a possibility, another possibility as well. It is not easy to see, but if the mind becomes light and it allows fun to come in, it can see the smaller steps, small multiple steps, which can easily take you there. and it is very particular to somebody who is in that situation and is doing a thing like that. He was not supposed to, and in this situation there is this decision making things, there is this uh, overcoming the nervousness, all these things are there, and one is not supposed to act like an employee but a CEO. And the change that is required, the is of course very painful, but it is the ultimate, inevitable, and it brings growth. It is not out of the routine, it is something innovative. One needs to go there, transform oneself and get there. A light-hearted mindset reduces self-doubt, and even if he is starting, anybody who can start at 35, 45, 40, 55, 65, learn a bit, give their best, and the journey itself becomes very pleasurable, enjoyable, if one allows to go through that journey. And if it is not your journey, and if you are not compromising, then say no to everything else. But these things require you to choose better, to choose your way, to know your choices, allow yourself the choices. What you see that is going on is not always the same. Like a father who is talking to his daughter, it seems like admonishment, but he might be playing with her, making some fun, scaring her at one moment and giving her love. Maybe, we don't know. Nothing is same as one thinks, as it seems. When joy comes to the table, some people think that he is not the worthy person, and if this person, this client of mine, is making something, he is bringing something to the table, he might be ignored, sidelined, or ridiculed for bringing a new idea. But how does it matter? At least he can try. He can be part of a high performing team and making people to speak up, like the way he has been worked out. It is getting him to no solution, right? And so, what is there in the horizon today? If your mind is empty, make it open to something which attracts you. If you can't do anything about it, then let it go. Don't be a prisoner to things you can't change. So, all that brings your imagination, problem solving, and innovation. And while you are worried about everything that is there, the world is wondering how are you solving all these problems.
If you want more information on this and you want a discussion on this, then write mission in the video and your breakthrough starts right now.